What is happening, man? How y'all feeling? Y'all good over there? Came out all 100 of y'all. Y'all look good, man. I like this, man. I like seeing white people too. Like, this is so sweet, man. I need more of y'all in my life because I ain't got that many white friends. But I need y'all, man. My credit is horrible, man. Credit is bad, man. I went to the bank and they told me, boy, please. Like when they put up my credit history, I'm like, I can't get a loan, nothing, man. They said, Negro, get out of here. Like, But I like white people, man. I like having white friends because you guys make good job references on job applications, Mike. I notice like every time they ask job references, and I always put like all three of my white friends. I never put my black friends because they always like talk bad about me, really bad. But how you guys doing, man? I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be alive. I've been doing comedy now for about 8 years now. All right. I get before in front of 5 people and I see us moving up. It's like, now I've been all over though doing comedy though. I did a few redneck spots too. Like I like rednecks. At first I'd be nervous because like rednecks, they get like really drunk and then they start making that noise. You know that noise they make like, yahoo, you know that. That scares the mess out of me because I swear, because every time I hear it, I think a rope gonna fall somewhere. I'm like, oh man, like, ain't gonna lynch me. I run right through that rope, like, forget that, man. But they turn out to be pretty cool people when I be sitting drinking with them, because they start buying all my drinks. They be buying me so many drinks, I turn into a redneck myself. I'm like, oh, like, give me another Hennessy. I prefer them in urban areas too, like in the hood. Black crowds be rough sometimes, man. Like you got to bring your A game, cause if you don't, you gonna get your first joke ain't funny. They got you out of there. And I went on stage one day and somebody yelled out, "You ain't funny." Like, dang, I ain't even tell the joke first. Like, geez, can I tell a joke? Geez, before you start booing me. But geez, man, what else is going on? How many parents we got? Well, we got one parent here. We got a kid in the audience too. Oh my goodness. That's why I'm shaking up a little bit. What's going on with this sound? He got some cheap stuff over there, don't he? Some Goodwill. he got that from the urban area, I bet. He bought it from somebody named Ray Ray or something. That's cool to have a kid here. I'm trying to hold back, but he's lucky though, man. Like to have white parents. Oh man, I would have killed for white parents when I was younger, man. Cause I know one thing about white parents, y'all different than black parents. You know, y'all kids go missing, white people, y'all look for y'all kids. Black parents don't look for nothing, man. That's why you never saw them on the milk carton. Cause I used to get pre-warned, like, look, you get lost, I ain't looking for you. That's just where you at is where you at. Don't come back. If I ended up on a milk cart, I could hear my mother just cussing that milk carton out. She'd just be looking up and down that milk cart like, well, I hope his ass ate before he left. I know that room better be clean before he left too. Cause he gonna end up on a second milk cart and messing with me. I ain't playing with him. What else is going on? I just got off work, man. What's up? Oh, my bad. Am I good now? We good? What's up, Quinn? Thank you. Well, thanks for having me here. Open for you, man. Give it up for Quinn for having me. Man, I met him in church. He looked like a preacher, don't he? Y'all still go to church out there? I stopped going, man, cause it ain't the same when you go now. Cause now it's like so many collection plates. I'm like, what are these? They ain't gonna. It's like they trying to rob you or something. But I was in there one day. They just passing them all around. I wanted to give something, but I'm like, next week. But they you got to donate because I try to run out and sneak out when I see it, and then it's always like a deacon waiting there with these big glasses on, waiting to get you. And I'm like, oh man, I'm like, geez, man. But I started going to church because one day I went, they told me, like, you go to church and you shall receive your blessing. So I'm in church, and then a collection plate came to me. It was like a couple hundred in there. And then they say, receive your blessing. So I'm like, cool. Like, I took that. Like, I'm like, that's my blessing right there. Well, I at least took half of it. They said throw $1. I threw it. They said give and you shall receive. So I put in like $1. I think I took out like 100. Man, how many people love their jobs in here? Oh yeah, she a teacher. I heard about you teachers now. I be watching the news about these teachers now and these students. You in high school or all right, she's safe. If you was a high school one, I was gonna get you. That's crazy how how they sleeping with students. Have you heard that? I'm like, man. And I dropped out 12th grade. I've been trying to get back in since. Like, ever since I heard that, I'm like, what? Y'all sleeping with students now? I'd have been on honor roll, man. I would have 2 diplomas, I swear. Then my son come to me talking about, my teacher is flirting with me. I'm like, well, how's she look? Is she cute? Get her A. Bring her home. Shoot. It's that easy, man. When growing up, though, man, when I was in school, though, I remember a teacher hit me one time because I ain't turning my assignment. And she hit me, and I told my mother, I said, Ma, the teacher hit me for not turning in my assignment. My mom and that teacher both got together and beat the hell out of me. And my mother told me after that, look, you can start turning, look, you can have her hit you, or I can come up there and kill you next time you don't turn in your assignments. And I told that teacher, hey, keep hitting me. Rulers, erasers, just throw them at me. What else is going on? I remember my mother, you remember your mom, she would help you with your homework, and it'd be all wrong. It'd be all F's, and she still would try to whoop me for it. Like, I remember I brought home a paper. I brought a folder full of F's home. And she said, boy, how you getting all these F's? I'm like, how you getting all these F's? You doing this stuff. You doing like 90% of it. But students is lucky nowadays, ain't they? They get like tutors. You know, I didn't know nothing about no tutors back in the day. All I got was 2 pieced every time I brought home an F. Like, man. See a few white girls in the audience. I date white women from time to time. White women that got, they came up with the butts a little bit, man. Like, you remember they had them flat butts back in the day? Them flat iron boards? I be seeing them now like, woo. I'm like, look out, Shakisha. Becky's coming through. Like, they catching up to the sisters. I'm serious. It's hard to get at white girls, though, man, because I don't know, it's like they think I'm a rob them or something every time I approach them. I don't know why. Because I was trying to get at this one white girl, and she just, like, ran off. I'm like, hey, I just wanted your number. Jeez. I'm like, but thanks for the purse, but... Purse is nice. Man, what else is going on in this world? You know, I remember growing up in my house, my mother was a very strict disciplinarian. I remember when I was like 6, black households, period, is like really hard to grow up in because when you like 6 or 7, half the bills already in your name and stuff. Like, that's why my credit jacked up now. It's because of her. She put stuff in my name when I was like 6, 7 years old. I used to get like repossession letters and everything. 7 years old, talking about they want me out the house. I'm like, talking about they gonna get everything I got. Say, what they gonna take? My Ninja Turtles? I ain't got nothing. I can't even get an allowance here. Like, all I got, I ain't get an allowance. I got excuses. Like, can I get an allowance? What? No. I allow you to breathe. I allow you to stay in this house. Man, it's been a long day, man. I just got off work. I admit, I don't like my job. The worst job I ever had was being a manager. Because firing people is just like something I just can't do. It's just not in me to just say, "Oh, you're fired." Especially with like saying it to white people, because white people go off when you fire them. They turn like red and blue. You can easily fire black people because most black people don't like being at their jobs no way. So most of the time they don't want to be there. They be happy to get fired. I fired this black dude. I said, "Man, I gotta let you go, man." He just said, "Cool," and walked out. Man, but it's really hard out here, man. How many of you guys grew up? Like, where did you guys grow up at? Youngstown, Warren, Cleveland? Oh, snap. Yeah, I grew up on the south side of Youngstown. Yep, I'm from the town. And growing up in the hood, you always got your group of friends. You always got that one friend that you just can't take anywhere. She said, "I always have friends." I see Justine a little distant from you. She just like, speaking of distance, I ain't 6 feet. What's going on here? I ain't got no mask on or nothing, man. That's the wine talking, ain't it? She said, "Not yet." But yeah, man, I had this one friend. He used to always like talk stuff. He would talk smack to everybody and then get beat up. They get mad at you for not helping. Like, ain't that messed up? Like, your friend is talking stuff, but you gotta get beat up too. I don't like that idea, man. He got beat up so bad one day, he just got up like holding his face, talking about, "John, why ain't you help me?" And my only excuse was, "Hey, I thought you was gonna win." Like, man, I just got out of a really like messed up relationship, so my mind is like all over the place. Man, I can't talk about sex. Forget. He got to learn one day. I mean, not tonight. Not tonight. He's a good kid, though. I came in last week, man. Most white kids be bad. They talk to their parents any old kind of way. I'm at the store one day, and this white kid was just going off on his mom because he ain't get like some type of like candy or something he wanted. He was like, "Mom, I want this." Mom's like, "No, you can't have that before dinner." The white kid was just going off. "I hate you. I hate you." The mom was all upset. I didn't know she was going to like cry, or I said, "She going to whip him?" Like, that dialogue would have been just a little different if it was my mother. Like, I did that one time. We was at the store. I'm like, "Mom, can I have this?" She said, "Boy, you better put that back." I said, "Mom, I hate you." She said, "I don't like you either." I go home and all my stuff packed out on the front porch. I'm like, "Mom, I don't hate you that much. Or you gonna kick me out over that?" She tried to leave me at the store. Like, I'm chasing her down in the parking lot. Like, "Mom, come back. I'm just playing. Just playing." I think the roughest thing I ever had to do in my life was being a stepdad. Oh, man. I don't think I can do that again. I don't know, it was just, I think when puberty hit, that's when it just made me kind of fade away a little bit. Like, I had my stepson, before we broke up, he came to me one day saying he got his first piece of hair. I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, I didn't know like where he had it at. I just told him, like, he just said, I just asked, like, "I want to see it. Like, can I see what's going on?" Like, he said, "Well, I'll show you. And then I wake up one morning. I'm like laying down. And I just open my eyes, and he just got like his his pubic hair below my face. I'm like, "Whoa, man." I don't want to see that, man. I'm gonna go tomorrow and find your real father, man. I can't put up with this, man, at the moment. But sometimes I got white friends, and I go to their house, and I just, they be having a lot of pets. And I notice they always got their pets, like, well-trained. Some of their kids is just, like, out of control. Like, he had like he had one kid just running around in the house with a leash on. I'm like, what the? He asked me, do I want to babysit? I'm like, no, I don't want to. I'll never watch a kid with a leash on, man. I don't know why y'all do that. Like white parents, y'all put leashes on y'all kids. Y'all got to be smarter than that. You know, with my mother, she knows how to make a whooping utensil out of anything. Like, tell my mother, like, I wish a doctor would say, you got to carry your son on a leash. My mother look at that doctor like, okay. And my mother will pull me to the side like, look, I ain't carrying you on no leash. You don't shape up and behave, I'm going to beat the hell out of you. She'll turn that leash into a belt. She'll poke like 3 holes in it and go to work. Jeez, man, what else is going on in this world today? My mother's a sweet woman. But like growing up with her, she was always more nice to like everybody else's kids than she was to her own, which I always felt was strange. Even when you come to the house, like all the good stuff in there was for company, and we got the all right stuff. Like I used to yell at her, like, Mom, why come the company get Apple Jacks and we get Apple O's? That's just not right. You know, all the good towels and all the good plates, all for company. Y'all got to use these paper plates and. Even the good towels, I'm like, I remember I got so mad one day I wiped myself with one of them towels, like, forget company, dang it. You know what's worse, like being a young man is staying with your father. I don't like it at all. Cause it ain't like staying with your mom. You know, my mother, she had everything, and I go to my dad's house and he has absolutely nothing. Like, he has like one couch, no food, no microwave or nothing. He was a drug addict, so yeah. So you go to his house, it looked like an actual drug house. And I would ask my dad, I said, Dad, can you cook for me? He'd just give me a dollar. I said, here, go to the store. Like I said, Dad, I want a home cooked meal. He said, you're supposed to eat at home. That's why it's called home cooked. And then he trying to save on the water bill, remember? Like the water bill was really high, so he used to try to make us save on it. And then he tried to make us like shower together one time. I'm like, whoa, dude. I'm 15. I don't want to see that, man. But anyways, guys, did you guys enjoy it? You guys enjoy yourself so far? Yeah. Give it up for yourselves this evening. Are you ready for the next comic, ladies and gentlemen? Y'all can clap better than that. Come on. Give it up for my man up here. He getting ready to rock the stage. I was getting ready to say it, but you like give it up for my man Quentin Patterson, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Y'all can clap again.